The Lord's Prayer, the 6th line, is the number for the devil, is give us this day our daily bread, and lead us not into temptation. Okay? So they want to mess with your ability to forgive your enemy's trespasses. They want to tempt you with things that are wrong. They want to tempt you with sin. And they want to mess with your daily bread. So I'm telling the Rothschild, give my people their daily bread and give the black man a fair shake. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on heaven as it is on earth. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive them who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory. Amen. Uncle, I know that you're there. I know that you hear me. What do you want me to do? So, I'm ending a lot of these series earlier, so this one, I'm gonna just, just gonna straighten up a little bit. Straighten up some things. You know, we gotta do. Let's straighten up. I'm gonna talk about some verses of the Bible. I'm gonna talk about Jehoshaphat. Jehoshaphat, his son, succeeded him as king and strengthened himself against Israel. He stationed troops in all fortified cities of Judah and put garrisons in Judah and in towns of Ephraim that his father Asa had captured. The Lord was with Jehoshaphat because in his early years he walked in the ways his father David had followed. He did not consult the Baals, but sought the God of his father and followed his commands rather than practices of Israel. The Lord established the kingdom under his control, and all Judah brought gifts to Jehoshaphat, so that he had great wealth and honor. His heart was devoted to the ways of the Lord. Furthermore, he removed the high places and the Asherah poles from Judah. So Jehoshaphat does the same thing. In the 3rd year of his reign, he sent officials Ben-Hail, Obadiah, Zechariah, Nathaniel, and Micah to teach in towns of Judah. With them were certain Levites, Shemaiah, Nethaniah, Zebediah, Asahel, Shemiramoth, Jehonathan, instead of Jonathan, rather, and Adonijah, Tobijah, and Adonijah, and the priests Elishama and Jehoram. They taught through Judah, talking with them the book of the law of the Lord. They went around to all the towns of Judah and taught the people. The fear of the Lord fell on the kingdoms of the land surrounding Judah, so they did not make war with Jehoshaphat. Some Philistines brought Jehoshaphat gifts and silver as tribute, and the Arabs brought in flocks 7,700 rams and 7,700 goats. Jehoshaphat became more and more powerful. He built forts and storage cities in Judah, and he had large supplies in the towns of Judah. He also kept experienced fighting men in Jerusalem. Their enrollment by families was as followed. From Judah, 1,000. Adonai, 300,000. Jehohanan, the commander, with 280,000. Amasiah of Zechari, 200,000. Benjamin, Eliadiah, a valiant soldier with 200,000 armed men, bows and shields. Next, Jehozabad with 180,000 men armed for battle. These were the men who served the king, besides those he stationed in the fortified cities throughout Judah. So then Micah prophesies against Ahab. Ahab gets killed at Ramoth in Gilead. Jehoshaphat appoints a judge. He defeats Moab and Ammon. And it goes on to talk about the wickedness of Joash. The amazing king of Judah. Amaziah was 25 years old when he became king, and he reigned in Jerusalem 29 years. His mother's name was Jehoadin. She was from Jerusalem. He did what was right in the eyes of the Lord, but not wholeheartedly. After the kingdom was firmly in his control, he executed the officials who had murdered his father, the king. He did not put their sons to death, but acted in accordance with what was written in the law, in the book of Moses, where the Lord commanded, "Fathers shall not be put to death for their children, and no children should be put to death for the father. Each should die for his own sins." Amaziah called the people of Judah together and assigned them according to their families to commanders of thousands and commanders of hundreds for all Judah and Benjamin. He then mustered those 20 years old or more and found that there were 300,000 men ready for military service, able to handle the spear and shield. He also hired 100,000 fighting men from Israel for 100 talents of silver. But a man of God came to him, "O king, these troops from Israel must not march with you, for the Lord is not with Israel, not with any of the people of Ephraim. Even if you go and fight courageously in battle, God will overthrow you before the enemy, for God has the power to help or to overthrow." Amaziah asked the man of God, "But what about the 100 talents I paid for the Israelite troops?" The man replied, "The Lord can give you much more than that." So Amaziah dismissed the troops who had come with him from Ephraim and sent them home. They were furious with Judah and left for home in a great rage. Amaziah then marshaled his strength and led his army to the valley of Salt, where he killed 10,000 men of Seir. The army of Judah also captured 10,000 men alive, took them to the top of a cliff and threw them down, so they were all dashed to pieces. Meanwhile, the troops that Amaziah had sent back and not allowed to take part in the war raided Judean towns from Samaria to Betharon. They killed 3,000 people and carried off great quantities of plunder. When Amaziah returned from slaughtering the Edomites, he brought back the gods of the people of Seir. He set them up as his own gods, bowed down to them, and burned sacrifices to them. The anger of the Lord burned against Amaziah, and he sent a prophet to him, who said, "Why do you consult these people's gods, which could not save their own people from your hand?" While he was still speaking, the king said to him, "Have we appointed you an advisor to the king? Stop. Why be struck down?" So the prophet stopped, but said, "I know that God is determined to destroy you, because you have done this and have not listened to my counsel." After Amaziah, king of Judah, consulted his advisors, he sent his challenge to Jehoash, son of Jehoazaz, the son of Jehu, king of Israel. "Come meet me face to face." But Jehoash, king of Israel, replied to Amaziah, king of Judah, "A thistle in Lebanon sent a message to a cedar in Lebanon, 'Give your daughter to my son in marriage.' Then a wild beast in Lebanon came along and trampled the thistle underfoot. You say to yourself that you have defeated Edom, and now you are arrogant and proud. But stay at home. Why ask for trouble and cause your own downfall and that of Judah also?" Amaziah, however, would not listen, for God so worked that he might hand them over to Jehoash. Because they sought the gods of Edom, so Jehoash, king of Israel, attacked. He and Amaziah, king of Judah, faced each other at Beth Shemesh in Judah. Judah was rooted by Israel, and every man fled to his home. Jehoash, king of Israel, captured Amaziah, king of Judah, the son of Joash, the son of Ahaziah, at Beth Shemesh. Then Jehoash brought him to Jerusalem and broke down the wall of Jerusalem from the Ephraim gate to the corner gate, a section about 600 feet long. He took all the gold and silver and all the articles found in the temple of God that he had been in care of Obed-Edom. Together with the palace treasures and the hostages, they returned to Samaria. Amaziah, son of Joash, king of Judah, lived for 15 years after the death of Jehoash, son of Jehoaz, king of Israel. As for the other events of Amaziah's reign, from beginning to end, are they not written in the book of the kings of Judah and Israel? From the time that Amaziah turned away from the following the Lord, they conspired against him, Jerusalem, and he fled to Lachish. But then they sent men after him to Lachish and killed him there. He was brought back by horse and was buried with his fathers in the city of Judah. So, because Amaziah would not listen to the Lord, Judah was brought down and Israel won. So why Israel and Judah are vying for the Lord's favor all through Chronicles. Remember the old kingdom and the new kingdom of Israel? It's kind of like the story of Egypt where you have two kingdoms there as well. Thank you.